Hi, Neil again. This time I'm up in a roof void in a property in York, and I've been asked to survey the roof timbers for evidence of active woodworm or fungal decay. And to be fair, there is a reasonable degree of active woodworm, not so much fungal decay. But one of the things I was actually teaching online yesterday with a group, and I thought when I saw this opportunity, I thought I'd make a quick video for them, because we were talking about the use of moisture meters when testing timber, and what can give us false positives. So I was explaining to them, in roof timbers, you often find that you're going to get elevated moisture meter readings, and this is because originally this roof would have been torched, so the underside of the roof, there would have been a lot of lime used to make the roof watertight, or to assist with the roof being made watertight and to protect the roof coverings. So what you find is, over the years, obviously this roof has been replaced. You can see there's your bitumen felt, salting felt. And so the timbers themselves, there's no evidence of water ingress. The roof has been made watertight. Recently there's been some work carried out to prevent rainwater ingress because there had been an issue, but it's been some 6 months now since this roof was made watertight. But when I come in with a moisture meter, and I'm going to see if I can get this, I put the moisture meter in the timber and it's telling me that I've got a reading of 40% moisture content. Now that would be a huge concern to a lot of people, but the truth is it's not as significant as it appears. Slightly further down we've got 34.5%. The roof itself is fine. There's been no recent water ingress. You know, we've had rain very recently. The floorboards are absolutely bone dry. There's no evidence of any damp staining or pooling. But you know, wherever I put this, I'm getting readings of round about 35 to 40%. And the simple reason is, if I can get in, I'm going to put this down, that meter, and I'm going to grab my torch. Now what we've got, we can see these salts on the edges of the timber. And they're salts that have migrated from the roof coverings from any lime mortar that's been used. Obviously you can see it there at the time that the roof was actually installed. Obviously we get a bit of minor rainwater penetration, or even heavy rainwater penetration. And what it does, it washes the mineral salts from the lime into the adjacent materials, which in this case it's timber. So the moisture bleeds into the timber. Obviously it carries these mineral salts. The roof's been made watertight, so now the water's evaporating off. We've got efflorescent salts appearing on the surface of the timber, often mistaken for fungal decay or dry rot in particular. But what we get is, you know, I was taught as a young surveyor, we refer to this as chemical attack. It's where the salts are crystallizing within the timber. They break down the fibers as they crystallize, and you can see the damage you get there. You know, if I try to do this, you can see the effect it has. So it does break down the fibers, and you end up with this, what looks like fungal decay. I've probed these areas with a screwdriver, a flat-bladed screwdriver, and basically it's largely superficial. There's several places in which it's evident. You can see it again down the outer edge, predominantly where the sapwood is. But it's just a handy little thing, obviously, to be aware of, because I do see it where surveyors actually test the internal timbers, and they get readings such as that, and they say, you know, generally we regard anything over 20% as being at risk of fungal decay, but in this situation it isn't. We're getting I suppose an exaggerated moisture content because of the presence of the salts. Salts are hygroscopic. Most salts will absorb atmospheric moisture, and they will slightly elevate, or they will elevate the moisture content of the timber. So it's just one of these things. If you're in a roof void, I was going to do I did this video actually thinking of the group, because I'm working with them again next week, and I was going to run this video past them because we talked about exactly this yesterday. You know, what gives us false positives on internal internal timbers or internal walls. Lots of things. If I come away from obviously the rafters, and I go to obviously just a cross member. Can I get my torch out, which will make it easier for you to see? There you are. So I've came across, obviously, onto a cross timber, and there you are. We've got a moisture content of 15%, 15.5%. And I pretty much, well, I'm very, very confident that that is what will happen virtually anywhere that I go. Slightly further away from there, we're getting 18%, but well within tolerances. You can see a bit of fluorescence on the surface of the timber. So it's just an indication. If I bring that back across to get in here, suddenly on the side of the rafter, we're up to 41% moisture content. So it's just, you know, it's a demonstration that, yes, we use our moisture meters. We use them sensibly, and we take into account, obviously, the readings, or we look at the readings we're getting, and we try to work out why. Very simple. We're getting them on these rafters because, obviously, the presence of the mineral salts, which can be seen, it's getting the torch in the right place down there. And then once we get away from the rafters, everything's tickety-boo. But realistically, you know, we know the roof's watertight. It's been made watertight. So as far as I'm concerned, as far as the water ingress goes, there's no real issue. The timbers aren't any longer at risk of fungal decay. And obviously, it's just a case of, you know, they can deal with the wood one. Okay, I hope this makes sense. Thanks a lot now. Take care. Bye-bye.